Welcome to Inside the Streamer Studio. I'm your host, Roger Fuentes. Episode-2 special guest is ThemeParkPirate, aka Red. How you doing today, Red?
Hey, what's up, Raj?
Not much. So go ahead and tell us about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself if you don't mind.
What's up, everybody? My name is Red. I'm not your typical content creator, and we are just chilling here with Raj today. I am a content creator. I love Disney. I specify in Disney content at the moment. But with everything that I've been swaying back and forth with, I may be switching over. So we'll see. We'll see where the tides may take us.
Definitely. All right. So first, how did you get your name? How did you come up with your name?
I came up with my name because after my father-in-law passed away, my father-in-law and my husband, they're family of the Reds. Our last name is Rojas. And since a lot of people can't say my real name easily, it's easier for me to just say Red. So okay. I chose Red. And it's my favorite color. So.
Oh, there you go. For sure. That's a double.
It's a double. Doubles.
Yeah, okay. How would you describe the content that you do?
Well, as being not typical, I try to steer away what everyone else does. So I don't really care about posting up all the new merch, like the mini ears and stuff like that. But I do love the magic bands, whereas no one else really talks about that, right? So I kind of just look at what everyone else is doing and just say, all right, we're not going to do that. And then I also use my experiences from being a cast member to just give out all the information and how I used to train new hire cast members.
Okay, for sure. All right. Briefly describe your community.
Oh, my pirates. So when I first started, I started with the Scallywag crew. That's generally, as we know each other, the Scallywags. But I quickly learned it's kind of an insult. It's a degrading word. So I changed it up to Red's Pirates. And my community is just legit. Like, we don't have time to BS. A lot of us have kids. A lot of us are moms, dads. A lot of us work double, triple jobs. A lot of us are just dealing with our own, that we just don't have time for anything else. And so when I come in, I don't really post about what's unnecessary. And everybody else gets to input what they want to see. So if they want to see more shows, if they want, like I just started once a month closing the park. So we'll do that once a month, where some of my pirates, they like the nighttime streams. Most of them know me for morning streams. Most of them are only here for the ticket sales when we do after dark ticket sales. So I like to have a variety. Most of them, they like the video games. Most of them like the movie nights. So I just like that we have a variety of pirates here.
Okay, for sure. All right. Next set of questions. It says, how long have you been streaming, and on what social media site did you begin?
I mainly started on TikTok. I have YouTube. I upload videos on YouTube, but most of my content is here on TikTok. And then if I have like photos or like collaborations I'm doing, then that's on Instagram. So I kind of like separate what each platform and what I'm doing for each platform. And then I also have backup like Kick and Twitch that I'm trying to set up. So that way, if this falls apart, I have a backup. So I always prepare myself for, in case everything fails, I have a backup. But I generally started on my other page in 22 when I did my birthday trip in Walt Disney World. And then I noticed that I liked streaming at Walt Disney World. Disneyland hadn't opened, or no, Disneyland had just reopened, but it was always at capacity. So I really didn't have days at Disneyland. And so I enjoyed my time over there. And so I created Pirate Page that summer. And then within 2 months, I was already streaming at Disneyland.
Oh wow. Okay. That's cool. All right. What's one of the biggest struggles you faced along the way?
Stability. With everything that I've gone through, the ups, the downs, the disappointments, the hurts. I mean, it's just the stability, you know? As a crew, you want to be able to open up and be honest. And if you're not real with yourself, it's hard for you to be real here. And so being stable and being, centered is hard in today's world. And I get it. I totally get it because I've been there, and I'm still growing and I'm still healing myself. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. But I feel like eventually we all have a place in this somewhere, somehow.
Definitely. For sure. All right. What's one piece of advice for new streamers as well as those debating whether or not to start streaming that you would give?
So the best advice I can give is creating your own audience. That's one of my videos I've posted recently. Because building your own people creates a stability, a support, a strength, so that when the times get tough, you have your people. You know who your people are no matter what. And I think that we're all being, always tested as to who those people are. And just, being just you. Being you, being real, being honest, and have fun. Always have fun.
Definitely, yeah.
Because once you lose the fun, then there's no point.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you 100% on that. Just be authentically yourself, be genuine, and your support will be there regardless of the situation. And they'll be there to help you through, and, and vice versa. So definitely, that's definitely, you hit it straight on right there. So, okay, so we're going to move into the next one is, you brought this up to me. What is the correlation between the ride, the island, and the Columbia?
So Pirates of the Caribbean, it's obviously a huge attraction. It's Disneyland's most beloved attraction, actually. It's an historical landmark. But when you put the island together, because obviously it started off as Tom Sawyer Island, but today we know it as Pirate's Lair. And there's so many props in there to enjoy from the movie itself. And then there's the connection from Lafitte's Tavern that you see, which is that building behind Mickey in Fantasmic. So that main little building. That is called Lafitte's Tavern. That's where the bar is. That's where the rum was hiding. And when you go into Pirates of the Caribbean and you get in the boats, you have Lafitte's Landing. So that's Lafitte's dock. So you know that Jean Lafitte has already made his footsteps known, his footprints known, that this is my place. And then with the Columbia, it is the not the pirate ship, but it's actually the sailor ship that is fighting against the pirates. So they're trying to scare away the pirates while you're on the island. So as you're running around and as you see the Columbia sailing, if you're just chilling in the back where Fort Wilderness part is, that's where they blow the cannon, and that's where they're like, oh, we scared those pesky pirates out of here.
That's cool.
So when you connect all those together, you get this whole pirate feel. And I think that's the part of New Orleans Square that we're forgetting about. You know, not only do we have Tiana and Princess and the Frog, but we also have the Haunted Mansion does have a connection to, there's a mariner. You know, if you've watched the latest movie, you have that mariner scene, and he is, you know, a part of the mansion as well. So it all correlates together. And I think that's the authentic part and the love and the details that Disney put into New Orleans Square to make it all just perfect.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew that. I never knew any of that. So, you know, I appreciate you teaching me new things about Disney, you know. So
That's what I'm here for. That's exactly what I'm here for.
Well, yeah. Well, that day that we hung out, you taught me a lot. The day we meet you, Eric, and his wife. When we hung out that day, I learned a lot from you. Definitely.
Damn, I even taught Jeremy too when we were walking. We did Indiana Jones or something, or we're talking about Indiana Jones.
We were walking to it. We were right by a big southern mountain and the footprints.
And that thing's
footprints and stuff. Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. But I love it. I love it. I'm glad you guys are all learning too.
We were walking by Haunted Mansion as well. Remember? Because you were talking about the water.
Yeah. So the Rivers of America, that whole stage area where we view Phantasmic, it wasn't always like that, right? So the Rivers of America was actually wider, and it was actually very elongated, and it was closer to the Jungle Cruise. But as time goes, they just separated both attractions. Eventually in the 60s, there was a storm and a thunderstorm, and it flooded that area. And because it was flooded that area, that's when they were constructing the mansion at this point, and there was a hole. And in that hole today, it looks like a tombstone. It says 1764, if I'm correct. But that is actually a representation of the Imagineer, and his year is 1964. So that is that whole part right there. But that had a hole, and so water seeped through, and it got into the construction of the mansion. And so now as you walk by there, you'll feel an incline like this. And that's because that way the water, when it floods, it's going straight into the river.
Cool.
That is my favorite part. I don't know why, but I just love that.
Yeah, definitely. That's
so
cool.
Weird.
No, it's not weird. All right. Did you want to talk about the chalk walk? I believe it's the chalk walk, right?
Yes. So Chalk Walk is coming up July 21st. We have completed raising our funds. We've actually exceeded the amount that I had put in for my whole team. But I will be doing it. That's July 21st. It is a Sunday. It is going to be a very, very early stream, y'all. So hopefully you guys get some good sleep and set those alarms, because we'll be walking a 5K for the kids. And I'm dedicating my walk to my good friend, Tattoo Leopard. If any of you follow her, if any of you know her, Tattoo Leopard and her son, Jaden, they've been following me since the beginning for a very long time. And her son has been suffering recently of leukemia. I do have their GoFundMe page on my Discord if anybody wants to donate, of course. So I'm dedicating my chalk walk this year to them. They are patients at the Children's Hospital of Orange County. So this is just perfect in my opinion. And I'm just so honored and grateful and thankful for everyone that chipped in.
There you go. For sure. That's awesome. You know, that's awesome that you not only met your goal, but you exceeded it. You know what I mean? So that's awesome. That's awesome.
And so I don't even have to make a reservation for the park because it includes a park ticket.
Oh, does it? Okay. There you go.
So I don't even have to worry about that. Yeah.
Right on. Most definitely. All right. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and open up to questions. So unless you have anything else you want to add or say, if you do, we could do that now. Otherwise, we'll open it up to questions from the comments. So if you
No.
guys do have questions, go ahead and start putting them in now. But Vinny had one for you earlier. He said, how many people have walked the plank?
Ooh. Oh.
That many, huh?
If it's more than both hands, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay.
But it's not, and it's not for like, horrible reasons or anything. It's just that we just didn't see eye to eye no more. There was no agree to disagree. And there was no like change. And my thing is, I'm here to help and I'm here to, listen as much as I can. But we also here want to grow and we want to heal and we love to move on. And everybody always tells me, oh, you got to let it go. Well, I would love to. So as long as we can, if you can let it go, then I would love to let it go. So how many villages have you pillaged? So far, I can say 2. 2 for sure.
There you go.
I will take credit for 2.
I got a question for you. Just your estimated guess, how many times would you say you've been on Pirates?
Well, I know more than 20 because I did 20
Right.
in one day a year ago today.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. More than 20. I try to go at least once every visit.
Right.
Sometimes I don't even get to do it. Like I think the last 2 weeks I haven't been able to get to Pirates.
Okay.
Sorry, my phone was going off. I would say a good 200, 250,
All right. Dang.
maybe more.
All right.
Maybe more because there's 52 weeks in a year. I've had the magic key. I would get 250. Let's leave it there.
Dang, okay. For sure.
Any other questions?
I don't know. Is there any other questions in the comments? Anybody have any questions for Red?
Before Vinny takes over Roger's spot. I'm just kidding.
If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in now, guys. But I wanted to say personally though that I wanted to thank you because you've been there for me. You've been, my struggles, you know what I've been through, and I just wanted to thank you for being there and showing me the ropes. You've helped me out through a lot. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. So
No, I've only been that way because of everything I've been through. So like I feel like my biggest give back to those what I wish people would have done for me when things were going downhill for me. So I've been through a lot of things in high school and even in my 20s that I'm just exhausted at this point, and I felt like I just don't think people need to go through that. And I understand that it's not up to me to be like, oh no, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, look, there are things out there that they're not what they seem, and it is what it is. Just be careful. I've always just said, be careful, watch your back. Not everyone's there for your best interests.
definitely.
That's the one thing I can give. What is your biggest hope for Disney in the long run? So after watching Walt, a little documentary of Walt and everything going on, and if anybody's paid attention, their stock went down again today.
Oh, no.
So I can only hope for the best at this point. I don't want to see anything happen to the parks because that is where their main revenue is. But it's gonna hurt if they don't just take a step back and realize that they can do better than this. And they've done better than this before. So there's no reason why we can't go back a little bit, just a little bit, just wrangle a little bit back in, and just take a little pieces from the 1990s playbook, go back and fix that. You go back to those fails and say, okay, we can't do this anymore. We can't do these things anymore. We need to realize where our mistakes are and not do those things. But we can only hope for the best. And it doesn't seem like they want to take risks like they used to. They don't want to compete as big. Like Universal's really kicking ass, right? Universal's like, I'm not even gonna play, bro. Like Disney, mira.
Yeah.
They don't even see Disney. They don't even see Disney. Disney's over here, and they're just like, Disney who? We're moving over here. So, Epic Universe. I'm booking my package. I'm ready, girl. I'm ready. I think that Epic Universe is gonna set the pillar for where Disney needs to be. Mm-hmm. Because Disney's not even there. Yeah. Disney wanted to be there, but they're not even there. They're not even there. Okay, guys. Bueno.
All right. Well, yeah. If that's all the questions, then that'll end this episode of the podcast. Well, I appreciate you so much for being like my second guest, and like I said, I appreciate you for always being there. So, much love, much respect to you, to your community, and thank you everybody else that's in the chat as well. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Don't forget, guys, click the follow button for both Roger and I. Every Sunday is Solo Sunday. Even if I do shift to Universal and Knott's Berry Farm, I will still be doing my Solo Sundays. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And I'll see you guys on top of that.
All right, guys. And with that, guys, it's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. Oh, by the way, next week, my special guest is Unique Sunflower. So, should be interesting, guys.